this video, we're going to be testing out another fragrance from the brand of Khadlaj, but this one, we're going to see if we can hit the trifecta and we can go 3 for 3 as far as additions that I got into my collection. I got the original Khadlaj Island, I got Khadlaj Island Vanilla Dunes, and now we're going to test this third and final fragrance that I got recommended. And again, these Middle Eastern fragrances are really becoming a great staple, and I'm really enjoying what I've gotten. But this fragrance we're going to be talking about, guys, is going to be called Khadlaj Shiyaka, all right? Khadlaj Shiyaka. Now, Khadlaj Shiyaka is a fragrance that is known and attributed to MOI's Reflection, man. I've gotten my nose on that one out of the gallery before. That is a great fragrance. So we're going to test out the note breakdown. We're going to get through our initial smell test and our blind smell reaction. We're going to also gauge just how relevant, how similar is that one to the original Reflection, man. So as always, guys, stay tuned. But we're going to get right into the first and foremost thing we have to do. Get through our unwrapping. We'll get through the unboxing, and then we'll go into the review. Let's get it. Got it unwrapped. I like the little silver outline of the box, and they do have the note breakdown as well here on the box as well for us to reference. Let's take it out of the box here. Boom. All right. We go with this silver bottle this time, right? We go with the silver bottle, which does give a nice luxurious kind of look. It definitely doesn't come off cheap to me, right? So as far as presentation, I do like what they did here, right? You could definitely tell, nice full bottle, nice weight to it, nice rugged design to the bottle as far as the body and as far as the cap. No magnet to the cap. So I mean, as far as bottle design, like, you can't be mad at it. All right, now they gave us the note breakdown here on the box. Some of the main notes we're going to be getting in this fragrance, we're going to get that pedigree, we're going to get rosemary, pink pepper in this one. Then we're going to get ylang ylang, neroli, orris root, jasmine. We're going to get cedar, velvet, patchouli, and sandalwood. So a really nice spicy opening. We're going to get some green herbal, and then we're going to also get some spices. We're going to get some roots, and then we're going to get some woodiness in this fragrance as well. So this one I'm gonna imagine is another woody, floral, aromatic, herbal, kind of not necessarily green, but just one that's gonna really be heavily on the florals as far as this one's concerned. I looked at the note breakdown of Reflection, man, and again, very similar. Only this one's gonna cost you $30 at the most. So is this worth getting this one, or is it more necessary to get your hands on the actual Reflection, man? But as always, we're gonna get right into it, guys. First thing we have to do is go through our blind smell off the air. So let's test the opening out. 1, 2, 3. Nice wide atomizer. Really nice white floral opening, this one. They leaned into the rosemary, the pink pepper in this one. So they leaned into the floral opening. They leaned into the white florals. Definitely a nice, smooth, elegant, kind of classy, crisp, almost soapy iris. You know, it almost smells like iris, but not necessarily. You can definitely tell that they wanted this one really kind of clean, crisp, fresh. So this one, as far as that's concerned, is actually really nice. As it's settling down, so I'm really liking it the more and more it settles. So again, not overly sharp, not overly pungent, not overly in your face. If you're not trying to go for a fragrance like that one, if you want something a little bit more subtle, a little bit more subdued, this is definitely gonna be a fragrance for you off the opening. Doesn't smell too faint, but definitely not the strongest of fragrances, right? So if you're not someone who is gonna look for a fragrance that is gonna be overly loud, you don't want to be overly pronounced when you walk in the room, I think this one is definitely going to be a nice kind of calm crisp. This is giving spring, fall, right? A little bit cooler weather, not overly warm, not overly cold. I think you could pull this one off in cold weather, but maybe more so cool weather, right? Chilly. This one I think would be in that wheelhouse, right? Spring with a little bit of a breeze outside. You're looking at about 40 to 60 degrees, maybe even 70 degrees, but not overly warm. I think the warm, you can kind of go for something a little bit more citrusy, but nonetheless, as it settles in the air, still good quality, still nice staying power. You can definitely tell the pink pepper gives this a little bit more of a vibrancy, a little bit more of a freshness, as opposed to when you use black pepper. Black pepper usually, right, can work, but you can usually tell those ones are gonna lean more into the spices. You're gonna lean more into the woods with black pepper usually, or you might throw that with a nice gourmand fragrance from what I've gathered. But nonetheless, 1 for 1 off the opening. I'm really liking it. Now we test it off the strip and we'll see how it fares after that. We got the test strip, we got the fragrance. Let's see how this one fares off the mid as it settles down. We'll also see what we pick up the second roll around. As we smell it again off the opening, definitely a little bit more green florals. This one is giving really kind of more fresh, spicy, fresh outdoorsy a little bit more. It's giving a little bit earthy quality as well. But let's see how this one fares off the tester strip. You definitely pick up on that jasmine, you pick up on that orange, you pick up on the ylang ylang, which makes this just a little bit different. Again, this one is really kind of a nice soft floor. This one I imagine is gonna smell more like fresh clothes, fresh out the shower, fresh laundry, right? And this one, to me, I can appreciate the simplicity of the fragrance, right? Something that is really calm, really soothing. It's almost, this is like a higher end, more luxurious, more mature version of like a Versace the Dreamer. Made it a little bit more niche, right? Made it a little bit more aromatic. I think that's really kind of the ballpark. And you know, Versace the Dreamer is an inexpensive fragrance, but that doesn't mean it has low quality. Again, one of the main things we always tell you guys, or at least what I tell you guys, is that just because a fragrance is inexpensive doesn't mean it's low in quality. It just means that it's made at a very affordable price. Usually it doesn't take a whole lot to produce. And so this fragrance here, for the price, I'm really actually quite liking a lot. Really kind of liking a lot. All right, so we're 2 for 2. Opening was nice, soft, mid, soft off the tester strip. Now we test it off skin and we'll see, and we'll kind of get our final verdict on this one. All right, off the skin. All right, we got it. We'll let it settle down and see how it goes off the skin. Definitely picking up on that sandalwood, picking up on that cedar, vetiver, and that patchouli. So really nice woodsy kind of base, right? And then you get that level of green florals with that patchouli in here to make it a little bit more masculine. It helps with the sillage, kind of project a little bit with that patchouli. So put simply, this is really honestly, while it has quite a few notes, and maybe these aren't the most recognizable notes, these aren't your typical run-of-the-mill notes, at the end of the day, what you're getting is a really nice aromatic white floral, musky, woodsy fragrance, right? Heavy on the floors in the beginning, the opening. If you're someone who doesn't prefer overly citrusy fragrances and you want something a little bit more subdued, this is definitely gonna be a fragrance for you. Then if you want a nice masculine, woodsy mid in the base, then this is definitely gonna be your wheelhouse and your ballpark. Nonetheless, guys, I mean, another dub. Khadlaj dropping another gem, another cheapie, another affordable fragrance for you to get your hands on, another dupe. Definitely, it's not exactly one-to-one to Reflection Man, but as far as do you need to be paying the $200 to $300 for Reflection Man, I mean, I think this one pulls Reflection Man off pretty good. I'd say about 65 to 70%. First off, the peppers are a little different. There are a couple notes that are a little bit off that kind of change the formula where it's not a one-to-one comparison. But as far as the quality of the scent, the quality of the scent is good. The projection is solid, right? It's not the loudest projector, but it's still enough to where you get a good sillage from it. This is definitely your more close encounter. I imagine this one is going to be your more office friendly, your daily driver. This is going to be that presentation. You know, you want something a little bit more formal, something a little bit more classy, crisp, luxurious, right? This isn't necessarily a gym fragrance for me, right? It's not, it doesn't give off, you know, kind of fresh out the shower. It's more so fresh laundry, right? Fresh shirt, iron clothes with a nice belt, maybe wearing a nice suit, nice collar shirt. So this is giving a little bit more put together than, you know, sort of sporty fresh, you know, for me. So I'd imagine this one is something you want, something really classy, really lavish, but you don't want to overcomplicate your fragrance, or you may not want to wear a fragrance in the office that is overly offensive. Like, you don't want Molecular One where it's just icy super and it's just like clean skin, but you still don't want something overly offensive. Maybe you don't want Prada Luna Rosa DNA where it's too soapy, right? So you want something with a little bit of a differentiation. This would be the fragrance you would go with. And again, this one, age range, we're looking, to me, I mean, really true, this actually has a pretty wide range. I would say you can be a teen and wear this one and you'd still pull off. I mean, I think that one could work for you, especially due to the price. It's a really nice, you know, fragrance and DNA for the price. But then if you're a guy in his 20s too, you know, and you just want to kind of have a nice simplistic fragrance, I think this could work for you. If you're a guy in his 30s, you don't want to spend an arm and a leg, but you want a nice, classy DNA, this one could work for you. So as far as who and use, I mean, I think really any guy could get his hands on this one. I like this one a whole lot. The more I spray it, the more I'm really kind of enjoying it. It's not giving that powdery iris though. It's not a powderiness, but it's definitely a floral that I'm really quite enjoying. It's not overly musky, so to me it's really kind of well put together and really a DNA that I appreciate. But nonetheless, guys, that'll do it. Another first impressions done, accounted for again. Khadlaj Shiyaka, another gem got my hands on. Again, guys, these Middle Eastern fragrances are really making a name, really stamping their mark, and I'm loving every bit of it. But as always, appreciate all you guys for listening to, and if you found this video helpful, make sure you hit the subscribe and the follow button so you get notified anytime I drop any new fragrance videos or any fragrance content. You can also join the memberships tab. You can also drop something in the chat anytime you have the ability to. Let me know what are the fragrances you guys want me to review, and I'll try them out. I'll bring them onto the channel. But as always, have a good day, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Much love.